Okay, so the Federal Reserve announced the interest rates. The most important factor in this is to trade the market reactions. And we have, at markettrends.money, we have specific tools on what to do depending on these days when the announcements are actually coming out. So there's 2 o'clock. As you can see, your S&P futures are spiking higher. They're trying to take another high again, and at that point they stall. So this is the time when we actually opened the short positions. Just of my observations over the last 10 years, typically on the day of the announcements, your stock market indexes are going to be sort of going back and forth in the morning, and that's exactly what they were doing today. They were 5-6 points lower on S&P, 5-6 points high for the day on S&P. Of course, the announcement happens. They sort of have these knee-jerk reactions, as you can see here, right? It went to 27.44, went immediately down, then went higher. When it could not take that second high, this was perfect time to buy the put options. So in other words, you want to do exactly the opposite. It seems like, oh my God, it just keeps going higher and higher and higher. And typically you want to jump in and buy. Well, you want to do exactly the opposite. You actually want to buy some put options right here. So if you would have used this strategy with us, which myself and my students, we've been talking about it for the last couple of days, and we've been planning this. So just if you'd like to learn more on how to not necessarily trade the news, but rather to make better trades, you want to trade the reactions of the market to the news. A good example of that also would be, say, a company is announcing, great earnings, great sales, great growth in EPS per share, and all of a sudden the stock is tanking. Well, let's say you were planning on the fact that the news was going to be good, and you were right. And the fact that you were right was confirmed. The company did announce great results, but for whatever reason, the stock all of a sudden is falling. It doesn't make sense. So therefore, you should not make your own opinions and judgments about whether the company's news or whether the interest rates or whatever is going to impact the stock or the market in a certain way. The more of a sure strategy is to simply wait till the announcement comes out, pay attention to how the market reacts, and based on the historic observations of how the market reacted in the past, sort of have a plan of action ready on what action you will be taking in the event a certain thing takes place. In our course curriculum, we actually have a file that's called 12 Market Moves. And a couple of those market moves specifically state on the days of announcements, like the Federal Reserve decisions, Federal Reserve announcements, which typically happen around 2:30 in the afternoon. We have a clear strategy outlined in those market moves, how the markets could react, how the markets could react the following day or the next 2 days. And that information could be quite useful in putting your option strategy. So if you'd like to learn more, visit marketcrash.money. Click on How to Profit. Schedule your consultation. Get access to this valuable information. And be ready for the next market move. Thanks for watching. If you have been curious how to make the money when markets fall, please visit marketcrash.money and get some additional information. Specifically, I have compiled some interesting reasons why stock market crash 2010 is a definite possibility, why we could be going for another Bitcoin crash, and more importantly, how to not let the market crash or the Bitcoin crash take advantage of you. Find out how to profit. If you're a new trader or an experienced trader, but you're looking for new ideas, new ways how to take advantage of the market fall, because quite honestly, markets do fall much, much faster than they go up. So it represents, for a trader, a great opportunity to profit on the opposite direction of the market in a much shorter time frame, and oftentimes maximize much bigger returns. So if interested in knowing the ways how I trade weekly options for huge profits as much as 3,800% to 5,000% on certain days, get in touch with me. Visit this link right here, How to Profit. Read some information and schedule your consultation. I'll be glad to help out and get somebody on the right track and show you some of my profitable ideas and share some experience which I've accumulated over the last 30 years trading weekly options. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. We'll see you soon.